Let off of it, look at the spike. 15.4, 15.5, 15.6. And then watch my headlights. Gone. Headlights are gone. You see that? Dropped it off at Dodge Tuesday morning. It was there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before I got a call. Basically them stating there's nothing we can do. All right, guys. It's your boy Knockout here, nighttime vlog. I wanted to film it at night because this is really the only time that it's gonna make sense. All right, so long story short, your boy is having battery issues. It looks like either battery or alternator issues, ground issues with the wiring, whatever the case may be. All right, so I want you to pay close attention to that. Now that's the normal battery voltage for our cars, right? Right around 14.1, 14.2. This is a brand new 2023 Dodge Charger Hellcat, right? 14.1, 14.2. Some of you guys may see 14 flat. Some of you may see, what, like 14.4, something like that. Whatever, right? Nothing crazy. And I want you to pay attention to my headlights. Everything looks good, right? I'm just gonna give it some quick gas. You see that? 15.5. It spikes. Every time I hit the gas in this car, my battery voltage spikes. And look at my headlights. The headlights are starting to dim too. They flicker on and off. You see the battery voltage slowly dropping down. So it'll drop back down to what it's supposed to be. All right, so you see the battery voltage? I'm gonna hit it again. Let off of it, look at the spike. 15.4, 15.5, 15.6. And then watch my headlights. See, they starting to dim. Gone. Headlights are gone. You see that? You saw my headlights flicker off? Now that time they came back on. Sometimes they'll go completely out. And look at my battery status for my SRT pages. I can't do race cool down because my battery status isn't in good order. Obviously I can't do race cool down right now because my car is pretty cold, but my battery status won't even let me do it. Options, cooling required. It doesn't need to be cooled because it's so cool outside. But look at the battery status. The battery status won't let me do it either. So I can't do race cool down, and when I drive it normal, it's fine. You see, it's fine. Like look at the battery voltage. It's fine. Look at my headlights. My headlights are bright and they're fine. But when I hit it, boom, headlights are gone.
Video protected.
There you go. They're coming back on. Look at it. Battery voltage spikes again. Y'all saw my headlights disappeared. So I'm having major battery. Say, well, that's something different right there. Service active dampening. There goes my headlights again. And now they're flickering on and off. So your boy's having some serious battery issues, alternator issues, something. And my headlights are still not at full brightness. It looks bright on camera, but trust me when I say it's not at full brightness. It's only bright on camera because I've got the brightness on the camera itself turned all the way up. And the only time that my headlights will go back to what they're supposed to be is when I turn the car completely off. I'm gonna pull over here. As you can see, the battery voltage returned to its normal level, 14.3, 14.2. It'll drop in a minute. But see, battery status still messed up. I can't cool my engine down. Now, of course, like I said, it's cold as hell outside. So technically the engine doesn't need to be cooled, but that should always be green, your battery status. And for some reason it's not. And my battery voltage spikes when I hit the gas full power. All right, so like I said, my headlights look bright on camera, but that's only because I've got the brightness on the camera turned all the way up. So I'm gonna turn it off, shut it down. All right, now my headlights are mad bright. So there should be a difference on camera. I'm not sure if you can tell.
K-band. K-A band. Laser. GPS connected.
All right, so I don't know if you guys can see me. But long story short, what's going on, and I'm not sure why it's happening, is that at nighttime, and this happens during the day too, it's only evident at nighttime because I have my headlights on. So what happens is, let me get that out your way, I'm sorry. But what happens is when I hit the gas all the way down, my battery voltage spikes. It spikes. It goes from 14.1, 14.2, 14.3 to 15.5, 15.6. And for some reason, that completely wipes out my headlights, is what you saw. You saw my headlights flicker. Sometimes they'll dim. They all do it simultaneously, so it's not a bad bulb. It's not like it's a bad headlight bulb. That's not the case. They'll dim, and sometimes it'll go off completely. You saw it go off completely. It doesn't do that every time, but it does do it. You know what I'm saying? It will do it from time to time. It'll completely go off, but it will dim every single time. And then sometimes it'll get so bad to where it actually goes off completely. And then of course my battery status and my SRT pages. When I go to my battery status and I try to do the race cool down mode, it doesn't let me because all parameters have to be met. Now obviously I got to turn the engine off. Cooling's not required because it's cold outside. I get all that. But the battery status, that should always be green. That's a problem there. So something's going on with my battery, my alternator, something. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, you got so much stuff. All I have is my security system, CompuStar, which everybody puts on their scats and their cats. I had it on my scat pack, no issues. And then I got my dash cam. My dash cam only is on when the car is on. So nothing is on in parking mode. So I got nothing pulling on the battery or the alternator when the car is off. All I have is my security system and my dash cam. And like I said, my dash cam goes off every single time I turn my car off. So something's going on with your boy's electrical system, battery system, electrical charging system, something. And I got an appointment at Dodge tomorrow and I got to go drop it off. So I'll be Hellcat-less for about 3 days. So that's what your boy is dealing with. But look at it now. Everything's good, 14.2, but as soon as I beat on it, it'll spike to 15.6, 15.7, and then my headlights and everything go out. So that's how bright your headlights should look. But if I were to hit it right now, it would go off. So that's what your boy is dealing with. And then of course, I can't do certain things like the race cool down because the battery status is always green. Oh yeah, and another thing I wanted to mention, I hope you guys can see me. It is throwing an error code. It's throwing a P1 CDA. I think that's what it is. Let me see. I'll put the screenshot up here because I sent it to one of my my master mechanic. Yeah, P1DCA. That's Papa 1 Delta Charlie Alpha, which has something to do with the battery, with the ground voltage, all that stuff. So it's definitely something with the battery. Yeah, I'll put this screenshot up. Papa 1 Delta Charlie Alpha, P1DCA. That's the code that is sending as well. So it's definitely something going on with the voltage and the battery and all that stuff, man. But during the day, it's fine. Otherwise, the car performs fine. Everything works. During the day, it's fine because obviously I'm not using my headlights. So, you know, I can't tell if anything's not working. I still can't use my SRT cool down because it says the battery status. But at least during the day, I don't have my headlights on, so the car functions like it's supposed to. The battery voltage still jumps up to 15.6 every time I hit it. But that's what I'm dealing with right now. So it's definitely an electrical battery system, something like that, man. So I'm taking it to Dodge first thing in the morning, man. I'll let you know how that goes as well. Well, it's gone. We're up here at Dodge. All right, squad, it's your boy Knockout 360 here, future Knockout. So I dropped my car off. Well, let me start from the beginning. Let me come full circle. I filmed the video showing the issue with the battery overcharging and all the good stuff, all the stuff going wrong with it. That was on Monday night. I dropped it off at Dodge Tuesday morning. It was there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before I got a call. Basically them stating there's nothing we can do, all right, until you do something. So long story short, this is the official diagnosis here. Customer states when the gas is pressed, battery voltage spikes from 14.2 to 15.6. Then the headlights will dim, then go out. When race cool down is selected, will not engage because of battery status. Check and advise. Customer states vehicle is overcharging. Could not duplicate from revving or test driving. He couldn't duplicate it because all he was doing was revving my car. I've told you that you have to put your foot all the way down, pedal to the floorboard, and it has to be that immediate power surge in order to get it to overcharge. And he test drove it, but he didn't put his foot all the way on it. I understand for liability reasons they can't do that. A tech can't, you know, do that in an $88,000 car, because if he loses control and hits something, then that $88,000, that's on the Keffer Dodge dealership. So he didn't put his foot on it, so he couldn't replicate it. Obviously, he was gradually speeding up, which isn't going to do it. I've tried that myself, and it doesn't replicate it. It has to be all at once, pedal to the floorboard. Check ground battery wires under the hood at power distribution center, alternator, rear PCD, battery, fender liner locations, no problems found. He did note that the vehicle has cameras, a GPS tracker, and alarm system tapped into some factory wiring. That's my dash cam and my CompuStar security system that tapped into the battery of the car. So that's hardwired to the car. But long story short, what the issue is, they called me Friday. They had my damn car from Tuesday to Friday morning, and they called me Thursday night and basically said, we ran it up the ladder with the engineers. The engineers asked, okay, so if there's anything connected to the factory battery, that's when they told them my GPS, not my GPS, my CompuStar security system and my dash cam. And they was like, well, there's nothing we can do until they unplug all of that and then bring it back pretty much stock. Not stock as far as my modifications to the car, but stock as in nothing can be connected to the battery. Nothing can be hardwired. Everything has to be stock when it comes to that. So long story short, I got to take my car back to my man Andrew at Tunes Car Stereo, have him disconnect everything. If I can replicate the issue of the car overcharging, that's a new word for me, which makes sense because that's literally what it's doing. If I can replicate the car overcharging without all of my security system and my dash cam being connected, then that lets you know it's a battery Dodge issue, and I'm going to take it right the fuck back and they're going to fix it. If I can't replicate it, then obviously that indicates that it had something to do with the wiring of my security system and my dash cam. So that's where we're at right now. The car functions perfectly fine. Otherwise, no issues there. It's just the small dumb shit that's just annoying with these cars. And I'll give you a little backstory or a little insight when it comes to Dodge cars. I've had a Dodge Charger V6 2015. I've had my Scat Pack wide body in 2020, and then now my 2023 Jailbreak. Each one of those cars I've had something go wrong with at some point or another. Normally early on in the car ownership, but with my 2015 V6 Charger, for some reason, the rear driver's side door got locked from the outside, and the door handle would not open it. So I could not open the car from the outside. Somehow or another, it got locked from the inside as well. So the door locking mechanism was all messed up in that door. Long story short, I could not open that door at all. I had to take it to Dodge. They fixed it, but that was just one of those things where something went wrong early on. And I think that was right about 7,000 miles because I bought that car brand new. My Scat Pack, you guys know this because I documented it. The clicking with the wide body up front, when you would slow down and you would reverse, or if you would make a hard turn, you would hear the wheel bearing clicking, and I had to take that to Dodge 2 or 3 times. And then after that, it was fine. Hellcat is no difference. Now I got wiring issues. Fortunately, it's nothing that, you know, hinders the car performance whatsoever. It's just one of those stupid nagging things. But long story short, basically what Dodge is saying is that it seems that, you know, it could be some wiring issue with some of the third-party shit that I got on my car. And that's what happens when you start wiring things and going the third-party route, modifying stuff, putting stuff on your car, so on and so forth. You run into those issues from time to time where something just kind of fucks up as far as the OEM factory status is concerned. So that's not that big of a deal. I didn't pay anything for that, you know, anything for the diagnosis or whatever. But right now, I've got to take it to my man Andrew at Tunes Car Stereo. I think I already said that, but I got to take it to him and have him basically disconnect everything from the battery. And I'm going to test it and see if I can replicate it. If I can replicate it, then that lends to a bigger issue with the car. If I can't, then, you know, me and him are just going to have to go back to the drawing board and do things a little differently here. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now. I'm in my Hellcat. I've got my Hellcat back. Everything's good. I mean, the car functions as it should. No issues otherwise. Just the small, stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, everything's good, man. But that's where we are right now. So if the next video is my car is back in the shop, you'll know why. But as always, it's been your boy Knockout 360. When it comes to wiring stuff to your car, just be careful, because you know it gets tedious. You know what I'm saying? When stuff doesn't go according to plan, it becomes a real big issue, and then it's just tedious having to go to the dealership back and forth, all that shit. So just be careful when you get stuff modified on your car. But as always, been your boy Knockout, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.